Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in this week to Thisgeorgiaclay. I know that we've been gone for a while and it seems like we're always coming back with bigger and better DIYs. I feel like every time we take a break, we come back with something that's just awesome and you guys seem to like that. But we have some news to let you guys know that we are moving, if you don't see all of this emptiness here. So it was bittersweet to sell all the projects that we've done. No, I'm just kidding. We are not moving. So I feel like this is like a love it listed vlog. I love it or listed vlog because as you know, interest rates are super high. We have been wanting to move, but we also want to let our kids finish their last two, our older ones, their last 2 years in high school. So we're gonna go ahead and ride it out. And hopefully by then interest rates will go down and we can actually find something that we really love. And we're still debating staying here or going to Texas. But as of right now, we are going to love it. And in order for me to love it, this carpet has to go. So it is the night before our demo for our hardwood floors that are going in. I won't tell you which or what type of hardwood floors that we chose. You'll have to wait and see. But everything has been flushed downstairs or either is stuffed in our bedroom. But also it's another thing too, it's really weird because I've started to move things downstairs. I'm like, oh, I like it here rather than up here. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna be redecorating and revamping up here as well. So let's go ahead and get into this week's vlog. So once we had the green light on the hardwood floor installation, it was time to go ahead and pack everything and move it to other areas within our home. I'm so grateful that we had the basement because if we didn't, we technically would have had to get a storage unit and put all of our belongings within that storage unit. We have so much in the garage, so that was not an option. But I'm grateful that we had the basement because it makes projects like this so much easier, less stressful. Now it's not going to be fun to have to bring all of this back up and put it in its respective places, but however, a lot of it may not make the final cut, so that'll be interesting to see what comes back and how it looks so much different than what it currently looks now. And looking back at this footage, I absolutely love my house. I think it's so beautiful. I went to go look at some homes this weekend, just a little tad bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to sell my house. But when I came back home and after I crunched some numbers, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna love it. But it looks so good and it looks even better with the floors. I can't wait for you guys to see that. Here we have to get a little resourceful because we didn't have any of those pads that you put underneath furniture to move them or to allow it to move on carpet. So we had these bowls here that we use for soup, and Matt was like, let's use these bowls. And our kids were like, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. And guess what? It worked. So sometimes when you don't have what you need right then and there, because I was gonna go to the store and buy something, just look around your house, see what works, and it worked just fine. All right, so let me go ahead and show you around. I feel like once the furniture has been taken up, like my footprint of my home seems so much bigger, but also we didn't have a lot of furniture in this space because I wanted to keep it open and not feel so cluttered. I don't like going into a home and I feel like there's something on every single wall or there's things everywhere. So I try to keep my house not minimalistic, but at least posh. Is it posh? Yeah. So coming over on this way, I have rethought about some things in our home. Like I'll probably change out the curtains. We are thinking about doing, oh, I just remembered the shutter people didn't come today and they were supposed to come today. Okay. So thinking of shutters. So I was thinking about putting some shades on this back window, just for privacy or anything like that. In the fall is usually when we have an issue, but there's no homes facing directly behind our house. They're kind of to the side here. So really they can't see in this window. Only two neighbors, once they come out on their deck, they could actually see inside of our home when we have lights on. So it hasn't really been a huge issue for the last 2 years, but that's something we're gonna address. Another thing as well is I'm thinking of changing out the layout here. Matt will insert a picture of exactly how it typically looks with our couch here, 2 chairs here, and then our coffee table that we made. I want to change that out. I think with the floors, the direction that we're going in, it's going to change a lot of things. Where I want this area to be somewhere where when Matt's downstairs kicking it and playing the game or whatever he's doing on the other TV that we have, I want to make sure that I can enjoy being up here and enjoying the space that we're paying for the new floors. So I'm thinking of changing it out with a sectional here with a chase, either a left or a right. I think if I do a right chase here, then that way it keeps the window open, because Matt really loves to have the view and not to be obstructed. And then moving the 2 chairs that I have already on that side, and I think that's going to be really nice. So if we do that, then the couch that I currently have, I'll sell it. I know that was a big thing of having that white couch, but we need something that's a little bit more realistic. I want something that makes the house feel a little bit more cozy up here, because I want to start using it. Normally we're downstairs in the basement, but with my surgery and stuff, I couldn't go downstairs, and so it's just made me rethink this area, because I was stuck in the bedroom and I couldn't really go downstairs. So if I had somewhere else to be, that would be more ideal. So for the last 2 years, we haven't had a TV up here. It's just kind of been, this is a picture that we left up during Christmas, but Matt really liked it, so we kept it up here. But I really want a frame TV here. I know we did a poll a long time ago, either it was gonna be a 65 or a 55, 65 won, but it's my home, so we're gonna get a 55. Because again, this is not an area that I would use all the time. It's just an event when I want to enjoy. I want to at least have something, but I don't want the TV to take up the full area. My mother-in-law has a 65-inch, and I feel like it takes up a vast majority of the fireplace. And we paid so much for the shiplap, like why would I cover it up? So that's my thinking of having it a little bit smaller. But that's pretty much it within this space. The kitchen table I know is going to change. There's this place in Georgia called Southern Living. It's really beautiful. No, it's called Southern Sky. It's a really beautiful furniture store. It's kind of boutique. Reminds me of a cheaper version of, not cheaper, because it still has some costly pieces in there. I would say, well, how would I remind it? Kind of like West Elm meets Crate and Barrel. Yeah, I think that's a good analogy for it. But anyhow, we'll change the table out over here. So with the floors, the table will change. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the chairs that I have already. I really wanna do fabric chairs. I kind of wanna do a round table. So things are going to change drastically in our home. So yeah, so a lot of things are gonna change. Also the microwave hood over here. Again, we are going through demo. Do not come for me for my kitchen looking like this. I have nowhere else to put anything else, so things are gonna be on the counter for a little bit of time. But the microwave is going to be going out pretty soon. We are gonna be doing a DIY of a custom hood. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. That'll probably come in late September, probably October, and probably more so in October. That we'll do that project. So things are gonna change. We want to ultimately do new appliances. Matt really likes the GE profile appliances. Our builder didn't let us get them, which was so dumb. You have to go up one more level in home. But I already spent $500,000 in the house, but I couldn't get GE appliances, but whatever. All right, so now that you know the vision here, let's go ahead and get into demo, because we need to get this carpet out of here. Those of you that have been around for a while know that my husband and I do not stray away from a good DIY project, but because we wanted to put down solid hardwood floors, this was just a project we knew we had to hire out to some professionals. So the company that I found is called M&M Matthew Mendez Flooring, and I cannot speak highly enough about them. They were punctual at the end of each workday. They were cleaning up after themselves. I mean, just awesome guys. This is a combination of a couple of days of demo. And let's see, the demo took about 2 days in total, but I was so happy to see this carpet being removed. I mean, I have always had a love-hate relationship with carpet. I like it in the bedrooms, but I hate it in the common areas of your home, because I just feel like you walk on that area so much and it's just such a high traffic area that carpet is just not the best solution. Even if you don't have pets, I just feel like it's just not a good economical long-term plan, because it's messy. You got to keep investing in cleaning it with cleaning services. When you have hardwood floors, that's something that you do on your own as far as getting a mop down. You may not want to saturate the wood, but you can put a little bit of water down when you're cleaning it. So they made sure to go ahead and cover up my cabinetry in the kitchen, which I greatly appreciate that. And then they got to work on working on the dining area and the kitchen. So once all the flooring was removed, it was time to go ahead and bring in our wood flooring. We went with a solid white oak flooring, and oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Obviously, this is the back side of the flooring just to ensure that it doesn't get scratched or dented by the other planks. But man, it is so beautiful. Now, anytime that you're getting solid wood flooring in your home, you're going to want to make sure that the wood is acclimated to your area. Any hardwood flooring company that comes in and immediately starts installing the flooring and it's solid wood, you're going to want to pause on that. Alright guys, so I just wanted to give you guys a status update of what we are currently living with. We've never lived through like a renovation per se, like you know that we've done a lot of projects around the house, but this we would consider a complete renovation. So as you can see, our flooring is completely destroyed. This is where the carpet used to stop, and then this is where the flooring for the kitchen would begin. So again, it was never a color that I particularly cared for. When I went to our builder Fisher's, what was it called?
Design?
Oh yeah. When I went to our builder Fisher's Design Center, it wasn't really any flooring that I particularly cared for or Matt cared for. And then the pricing was just insane. We just felt like we can do it later on. Even though in our first house, we did do a lot of upgrades and I felt like flooring is a big, important upgrade. But to me, this time around, I wanted to make sure that we focused on kitchens and bathrooms because that really is what sells homes. Flooring could always be changed and personalized to your personal taste at later dates. So that's what we're doing now. The flooring that we have here is taking up everything. It's taking up all the space. The guy had to leave it here because he says that it needs to acclimate with our environment for a few days. So our install of the flooring will actually be on next Monday. So for the time being, tomorrow we will have another demo day where they will finish up the kitchen area going into the pantry. And then they're also going to work on our foyer and mudroom over here. I'll show you guys. So all of this will be gone here. And then again, the foyer down here will be gone as well. So this is going to look entirely different. I have seen it like this for the last 2 years. I've absolutely loved it. You guys have seen this space transform. This was one of, I think, our second DIY project that we did that really made a big, huge impact. And a lot of people like that vlog, so we'll link it in the description. But another thing that we decided to change out or make different is our baseboards. So we'll take those up and make them square baseboards to make it just a little bit more modern. But we can't go up to a 5-inch because we already put the shiplap here on the, what is this? On the basement wall going into the basement. So here with this shiplap panel, we can't do a 5-inch, it has to be a 3-inch. So in order to make everything cohesive, we decided to just go ahead and update it with new baseboards because the new flooring is really thick where the baseboard needs to sit on top of the floor rather than being flush to the wall. So that's something that we're going to do, but ultimately I'm loving it. It's just a lot going through all this dust and dirt and noise. It's super noisy, but I know it's gonna be worth it when it's all done. So let's go ahead and get into day 2. So it's bittersweet to see that foyer transform and to be taken down, as far as like, I feel like we spent so much time trying to make it beautiful and then having this grand entrance of our home, because I always said that the first impression of your home is the entrance of your home, like what people gauge and set the expectation of what the rest of your home is going to look like. And I have a strong emphasis on my entryway. So seeing this all taken up and just looking like this, which of course it's going to change, was just a little bittersweet because I've absolutely loved it, like I said, for the last 2 years, but it was time for a change. So as I'm coming upstairs from our basement area, because we tried to stay out of the guy's way while they were working on this, again, their name is M&M Matthew Mendez Flooring, and I'll link their information in the description below. If you guys are based in the North Atlanta metro area, then they most definitely will be able to assist you. And even in Atlanta as well, or further down, they do travel. So, but look at that mudroom. It's just going to look entirely different once these white oak floors are installed. But Brian and Dennis, they are doing such a great job. Again, Dennis, he has been so informative with me. Any questions that I have, he answers, and I absolutely just love that attention to detail. So here they are actually installing our wood flooring. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like I said, it's been so long. It's like a long time coming for this project, and it's here. I'm grateful for it, and it's just so beautiful. So with the flooring installation, they had to use a combination of wood and nails, and it's just coming together. Again, with the attention to detail. So you see Dennis there using a chalk line just to make sure that they're getting those first rows perfectly straight. So therefore we don't have any issues with the flooring just looking wavy or just not aligned where it's supposed to be. So I really, really appreciate them doing that. I know that I'm pretty sure that this is something that installers do, but hey, sometimes you might get an installer that's just out there for the money and not really there for the client. But look how it's coming together. I mean, doesn't that transform that entryway? It looks so much brighter. But this is something that is just me and Matt are, like I said, grateful to them for helping us out with this project, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. So this is when I see that the project was just taking off. It felt like the guys were really in a zone and they were just moving really fast at this point. Looking back here, like this is the view from my kitchen looking out into the living room, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to see this view every single day. Now I'm debating if we should put anything on the back window because I love the natural light. It's just so beautiful, and I keep saying it's so beautiful, but it's true. I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think so far. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of our beautiful white oak hardwood floors. I absolutely love them. I'm glad that we went with the 5-inch rather than the 3-inch. I think that the 3-inch would have just looked a little more busy than what we were going for, but I absolutely love it. I feel like on camera though, it does come up as it having more wood grain in the wood than what it actually is in person. But we did upgrade and splurge a little bit to get white oak that didn't have a lot of knots in it. So you'll see wood grain, but you won't see knots, which was very important to me because when you go with the knot look, I feel like it's more rustic feeling than more modern. But I absolutely love it. Would I recommend going through this while you're living in your home? Absolutely not. It was not it. Because you essentially have to move out of your home in order to put the hardwood floors in and then move back into the house. So all of our stuff is either in our owner suite, in the basement, kids' rooms. I mean, there's stuff just wherever we could find space, it's there. Our guest room is completely full. So it'll be interesting to see what actually makes it back into the space, because we are searching for some new items, because it does completely transform the space. I feel like it's totally different. So you guys will see that in our third part in series, installment of this series, but I absolutely love it. Again, Dennis and his team, Brian is actually the one that mainly helped him, but they did an awesome job. I absolutely love it. I can't wait for them to come back on Monday because they'll be back to start the sanding of it. It's a 3-day process, so that's a little messy, but I know that the end result of all of this is going to be totally worth it. So I love it. So we'll link their information in the description. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. I love my floors and I'm loving my house that much more. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week to Thisgeorgiaclay. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.